Today we're going to be doing a new technique called embossed pearls. I'm using this mulberry paper. It's a handmade paper that's very thick and absorbs the spray inks really well. These are a homemade spray ink that I made using Ranger products. It has Distress ink reinkers and some perfect pearls, which is a mica powder, along with some water in a mini mister. You can see I'm using several colors here, spraying those all over this paper and layering them up to give a nice rich color. If you don't have mulberry paper, you could use watercolor paper here. I'm taking a Cuttlebug embossing folder, and with the colored side of the paper up, while this paper is still wet with ink, we're going to run it through the Cuttlebug. This is going to give us a very deeply etched, embossed image. You can see here that there's a real nice raised part on this where the leaves are. So I'm going to set that aside to dry, and now I'm getting out a piece of grunge board. This is from the Nature set. It's a butterfly. Use the same shimmer mist, spray it on there. Then I'm going to use a different embossing folder this time just to give some different texture. This is the swirl design. And just blot up a little bit of that extra ink. I got a little too much on there. But it's still nice and damp, so that will help it emboss. Put it with the color side up and run it through the Cuttlebug. And then you see it has a really nice embossed raised edge. After both of these are dry, we're going to paint them. We're using those same perfect pearls that are in the shimmer mist. And we're adding a little bit of water here to make a nice paint. The good thing about these mica powders, these perfect pearls, is that they do have a resin in them. So once you add water, it's permanent. It won't wipe off. So I'm just taking a little fine brush here, and I'm going over all those raised swirls. Each part of this design that's raised, I'm painting this on. Takes a little bit of time, but it gives such a beautiful result. And I don't show the whole thing, but I painted the whole butterfly. You can see here it's all painted. Now we're going to do the same thing, these little mica powders. Be careful when you're opening and closing these. They're very loose and you could make a big mess out of them if you're not careful. This is kiwi, the color, and I put water in with it. When I started painting this, I didn't get quite enough water in there, so it comes on really thickly here. You can see that. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm going over the raised, embossed areas of the design, and on this paper, it's the leaves. And I'm just going to paint over each one of those leaves. And then also be sure to paint all those little branches that connect the leaves. This gives us such a beautiful shimmer. You just can't believe how much it shines. Now you can see here that both of these are painted. The leaves have a lot of shine to them. And I took the same kiwi and painted in between the swirls on the butterfly, just to give some more depth. Now just adding a little bit of bling here. This is some of those self-adhesive pearls. These are by Queen & Company. Put those down the middle of the butterfly to make the body. Then I always like to use a little something soft on my card. So this one I have some beautiful hand-dyed silk ribbon. And I tied that ribbon in the middle with a little twine. And it gives a real nice softness behind that butterfly, in between the butterfly and the paper, because they both had a lot of shine to them, so I wanted something soft there. Use some glue dots to get that to stick down, and kind of raise up his little wings so that he looks like he's flying a little bit. And then just take the whole thing and put it on your card base. I trimmed mine out so there's a little bit of space around there. And that's it. There's the whole thing. Thanks for stopping by.